I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album.
Diddy made Usher feel accepted.
You may not be able to rap, you may not be able to sing, but there's something else that you can do.
But there's something else you can do. What an unbelievably creepy thing to say, especially when you're working with a lot of underage artists. Usher, of course, being the primary one that we're going to be looking at in this video, because he was only 13 when he started working in this industry, and he started working directly with Diddy. Diddy decided to take legal guardianship over Usher. His father was not in the picture. What we're looking at is Usher deleting all of his tweets and potentially being complicit in some of these things. I have not seen direct evidence that he is in the Diddy tapes. Perhaps he is in one of the other sections of them. We have not seen that yet. But what we do know is there's a very high probability that Diddy was abused in multiple ways. We know he was abused in some ways by being exposed at a very young age to a lot of graphic things, including women at parties, even men at parties, seeing a lot of that. We know that for a fact. Some of the stuff with drinking and other things regarding that, including far worse stuff, that's confirmed. What isn't confirmed is whether or not Diddy and Usher had some sort of relationship together. As we know, Diddy has had multiple male partners. Disturbing stuff to think about, considering the age, and also considering the fact that in Hollywood, this happens regularly. If you take a look at what just happened with Drake Bell, I talked to Drake about what happened to him. He had someone in the industry who was part of Nickelodeon that was taking advantage of him on a consistent basis, and he felt like he had to do it in order to keep his role and paying for his family. That was the sacrifice he felt like he had to make. And think about someone like Drake, who has his father, who has his mother, and still pressured to do that. Still, they're able to get away with it. Imagine someone who doesn't have a father to stand up for them. Imagine someone whose mother is perhaps not very intelligent. If you're allowing your son to have legal guardianship given to such a creepy individual who is so bad when it comes to a lot of his actions, then you have to be a pretty dumb person. And unfortunately, that's the case with Usher's mom. He was portrayed over and over and over again as a child by so many people who you're supposed to be able to trust. It's a tragic story, but that doesn't excuse then growing up and doing a lot of the same things, allegedly, that you had to be a victim of as a kid. Both are evil. And because of that, there's a high probability that we're going to see Usher involved in some legal battles soon. That's why he had to delete all of his tweets. Obviously, that's something you do when there's legal counsel telling you to do that. It means you're scared. It means there are legal probes happening. It means you're going to be investigated, or you're already being investigated. That's what it typically means, allegedly, of course.